Our class was divided into 13 groups, right? I was actually a bit nervous when we were asked to draw lots at the beginning.
Yeah, that's right. There were 13 groups in total, and with 6 sad face and 7 happy face, the group that got the happy face had to go to the board and present what they learned from Unit 2.
When that happened, our group had to prepare very quickly. We only had 10 minutes, so everyone felt a bit rushed and nervous.
Exactly, that's why we divided to divide the content evenly. Each of us took off first so that we wouldn't get confused. We talk about the overall comparison between the UK and Germany. We focus on the friendly model example. We explain the German vocational training system, and I summarize the key points and conclusions.
Quite clear, but it contained a lot of information. The main idea was to compare the apprenticeship and vocational training system in the UK and Germany, right?
Yes, the reading emphasized that the UK is facing serious skill shortage, especially in areas like engineering and traditional craftsmanship. Bentley Motors was used as a clear example.
I found that example interesting because it showed that even large companies are affected, not just small ones. Bentley had to invest more in growth oriented to refresh key skill.
In contrast, uh, the German system is considered uh, highly effective and restructured. It's long-term and supported not only by companies but also by the government and trade associations.
Comparing the differences between the two countries became very clear. In Germany, vocational training is much more valuable than in the UK.
Exactly. The article mentioned that German young people have a much higher appreciation for vocational training compared to young people in the UK. This directly affects the number and quality of apprentices.
Also, in Germany, the government put pressure on companies and provide incentive to encourage them to offer more in apprenticeship position.
Meanwhile, the UK system is criticized for the lacking structure, long-term engagement, and injured. That's why many people suggest that the UK should adopt the German-style vocational system.
Is preparing. It was time to draw lots. Many groups ended up drawing the same happy face, didn't they?
Yeah, so several groups went up to present, and their content was quite similar since everyone was talking about what they learned from Unit 2.
However, I think each group still have slightly different focus. So emphasize to the role of the government, while others focus more on business.
From the audience perspective, more groups talk about the effectiveness of the German system and the weakness of the UK system, but they explain them in different ways.
One thing we noticed was that because the preparation time was only 10 minutes, some groups seemed a bit nervous when presenting.
And some groups spoke very quickly, while others missed a few points or didn't connect their idea very smoothly.
But I think that understandable, given that the reading was quite long and this time was limited.
Overall, more groups understood the main ideas of the article. It was mainly the delivery that could have been improved.
Personally enjoyed listening to the other groups and comparing their idea with ours.
Me too, it showed that even with the same reading, different groups can have slightly different perspective.
One group even linked the topic to real life, mentioning that students prefer going to university rather than choosing vocational training.
Uh, those, those comments help me better understand why vocational training is more expected. In Germany, it has become part of the culture.
To help us understand the reading more deeply instead of just reading it and moving on.
Yes, combining reading, discussion, and listening to other groups make the lesson more memorable.
Even though the preparation time was short, it was still a useful experience and helped us practice with teamwork.
I agree. Unit 2 not only talks about vocational training but also highlights the importance of long-term investment in human capital.